The meat is cold. The hearth is warm. The saga continues. I'm Grandpa, and we're playing Valheim. We're headed back to Shadow-Garth Forge today. The frozen tears from the mountain was a heavy lift, but it's finally sitting in our chests. We've forged Frostner, and I can tell you, the weight of it feels right. But the Exile needs more than one tool on his belt. Today, we're keeping the forge hot. We've got more frozen tears to smelt, and by the time the sun sets again, I want to be carrying the Draugr Fang and a shiny silver breast. We'll start with an audit to see what's left in the stacks. Then it's back to the bellows. Let's get to work. So behind the scenes, pardon me again, behind the scenes we've been doing a lot of work on the Great Library. And if you're really interested, you can check it out on GitHub. It's my attempt to make this maybe a little bit more interesting. I missed. But we needed to clear out down here anyway. And what is... Oh, Moonin. That's new. Cra, well met, wanderer. I'm Moonin, brother of Hugin. I bring greetings from the old father. His eyes see through mine. I carry his words beneath my tongue. Keep his ways, and I will come to you again. That's my very... Oh, he's back already. What more, Moonin? Well fought, warrior. My brother and I will feast well on this offering. Yet still there is work for your arm. In the ashlands dark clouds blister the sky, and the king stirs on his bed of embers. Until today, you have only quarreled. But now you must prepare yourself for war. Well, that doesn't sound good. I didn't read the patch notes, but we did download an upgrade recently. Maybe I should have taken a look. Very interesting. And my really bad Norse accent, which it's hard to find out what a Viking would have actually sounded like because the language has been dead for, I think, 700 years. And it's hard to find anybody left that speaks it. Though, I guess there are some Scandinavian varieties that are close. And might give a insight into what it could have sounded like. Okay, we were going to jump over here. There we go. And we were aiming to pick up some of the trash when we came right out the door. And I guess we got it, even though we didn't go down, go over. Yeah, something like that. What are the chances? Nope. Okay. If he had been a one-star boar, I'd have been tempted to capture him and start breeding, even though we aren't breeding boars here anymore. Because we've put them in West the White. So part of the work on the Great Library that I was talking about is trying to build out a little bit of lore and make the game that I'm playing here a little more lore intensive. So I'll be adding some lore into the dialogue, especially around the hang on, I'm gonna have to stop and make this sign. But the dialogue around Conrad, the intro, that kind of stuff. Just to make it a little more interesting and just to have some fun with it. Got a video coming out on Wednesday. Look for it, Wednesday at 7. And talks a little bit about how unprofessional I am and that we're just trying to have fun with this. Okay, I think I've talked about signs before. We're going to go ahead and have this one in white. Not that way. We want to start with the opening bracket, color equals white, the closing bracket. Now that goes away, but it's been logged into the system. And now our writing on our sign will be in white. I think this is right. Let me double check my notes here, but I believe that's what we're calling it. And when I say my notes, I am actually going to the GitHub repository where all of this knowledge is stored. So give me just 1 second. I want to check the spelling. Got it right. No, I got an extra L in there. So our home here is Othala, and it is Ancestral Heart, place of inherited safety, which seems very fitting with the heirs of the 10th world and how Conrad is one of the exiles in the 10th world. Othala is his sanctuary and his home. It's the heart of his life in the 10th world. Alright, let's get rid of the junk we have. So building a repository on GitHub of all of the terms that we'll be using, trying to base them off of Old Norse and documents that can be found to support it. I'm using AI extensively in trying to set some of this up. And if it sounds like I'm using AI, it's probably because I am. I don't know anything about Old Norse mythology. I know Tolkien based a lot of his work on it, and I was a huge Tolkien fan when I was a young man. I still am a fan, but I find it a lot more difficult reading now than I did then, but I do audiobooks now more than I do anything. Alright, let's jump over. We're gonna go, so this base will be Othala, which is the heart of our adventures. And if I think I went to the mountains where we were mining silver, no. That's Haldor. I think we did everything we needed there. Should have brought some of the treasure. I could have converted it to coin, but we're good there. Let's rename this. And there we go, that's mountains. So we're gonna just go back to the empty portal, which is our travel portal. It's not connecting. Let's try this. Nope, not that, or that. F2, in case we've never talked about it, F2 will tell you some stats about the game, how well you're doing. You see we're running at 60 frames per second pretty steadily. I don't spend much time here, so I don't know a lot about it. That 4,950 some 49 instances, that's the items around us that are all within view. If you don't clear out your tree stumps, that number goes up, and that can add lag on your game. Anyway, enough about that. It's not what we're trying to do today. So we've got mountains, and I think we called this silver. So keeping it simple, but if we were going to do a lore name, we would call it Frozen Tears. And speaking of audio, today's episode or stream title is the sound, the scream of this. Let's see, what is it? Snowflake scream on the water, or snow scream on the water, and that is from the current audiobook that I'm listening to. I have to remember the name now. The Cold Dish by Craig Johnson. And in it, he talks about the sound that snow makes when it hits water. And there is actual sound that's been scientifically proven. It's above the hearing range of humans. But it makes a sound when it hits the water. So I thought that was very interesting and built it into the lore here. Just for fun. The Cold Dish. If you're not familiar, the Cold Dish was, you can find the TV series Longmire that is based off of the Cold Dish. And enough about that and my audio library. And this we are calling Shadow-Garth Forge. Now we better eat some food. For keeping up with Astrid's rule of always being prepared, we left home without our raincoat, and Astrid would not be happy with us about that because we are unprepared. We didn't bring food with us, and that would have been a good thing to check before we left. One thing we do want to check while we're here, though, is how we're doing on silver. So let's get this going. Are we? That can't be right. We're over here. There we go. That scared me. Looks like we've got 66 silver left. Plus what we have forged. So we are definitely headed back to the mountains when we finish. So we've got 66, 96, 99, 119. 119 silver. And let me double check my notes again. I think I have it here. Yes. So I'm just going to hit pause while I read this so we're not wasting daylight. We've made Frostner, and the next thing that we want to make is the Draugr Fang, which is a really nice bow, and you'll use that bow for quite a while. They came out with a new one that you can make, I think, after or in the Mistlands. But we'll use this all through the plains. We'll use it throughout the mountains. Draugr Fang has a combination. I think we talked about this last episode, but it's a combination of spirit damage, poison damage, and pierce damage, which is kind of nice. But we're going to need 20 silver for it, and 10 more if we want to do the first upgrade, which I think we'll probably do. And then we want to do the wolf armor chest piece. That chest piece is going to give us cold resistance so that we no longer need to drink mead. That one, we really want to get that so that we're not drinking mead again. So Draugr Fang maybe 30 silver, the wolf armor 20 to 30. Let's say it's 30. They were up to 60 then. Then I'd like to go ahead and look at the silver sword, which is going to take 40 silver. So we've got 60, that's 100. I'd like to get the silver shield also, which is 8 silver. And that's going to put us right there where we'll just figure out what the next upgrade is. In the meantime, let's go make some meals for us to carry around with us. We'll first check our stock, see if we've got any already made that we want to just grab. But I think we're getting low on everything. So that is stamina. I think we're going to continue to go health heavy. So minced meat sauce, sausages, and turnip stew, I think, will be our diet today. Let's start with the sausages. They're the easiest to knock out. And we'll probably make a few extra. I'm real curious what Moonin had to say. I hope I'm saying his name wrong. Right, not wrong. Hope I'm saying his name right. Let's use the last of it up. No, we're out. Okay. That worked out for fine. Minced meat sauce, if I remember right, is that and possibly something else. Gonna have to check my recipe here. Minced meat sauce, boar, neck, and we need carrots. Well, let's grab some carrots. We'll just run out that sausage and call it. I don't know if you're picking up those extra, the dings, but we're getting a couple of extra dishes every time. With our skill going up, that's really nice. Now we need some turnip stew. I think we might need more turnips for that. And what else goes in turnip stew? Boar meat? Yes, indeed. See, all that boar meat we gathered. The spice rack is always in the way. All that boar meat we gathered while we were hunting for the early axes is going to come in handy. Until we get enough meat to start making wolf skewers. But I'll probably save the wolf skewers. That ought to be enough. Oh yeah, it's over here. Okay. And we're going to have to go out to West the Watt and West the Waite, and start some tilling the fields there and preparing it for crops. Okay, we've got a little bit too much. No room. Let's do that. And we can use the rest of that. Oh, we didn't really make much progress today, did we? Well, let's at least trade out and keep the smelter and the kiln busy. And we didn't put anything in the kiln, which that's not good. Luckily, we've got enough to keep another round going. Can't teleport with that on us. Alright. Let's check and see what we need for Draugr Fang. Every time we port in and I hear the bees, it gives me the willies because I immediately think it's a body pile from the swamp. So for the Draugr Fang, I missed it. I really wish they'd put a... Now we're skipping the Huntsman bow, and maybe someday we'll come back and make it just to look at it. It's pure pierce, and it would give us 32 pierce. Draugr Fang is going to give us 47 pierce plus the 5 poison. And I'm wrong, it doesn't have spirit damage, it's just the 5 poison. Just the 5 poison and the 47 pierce. We need to get our bow skill up because we're only going to be doing 17 to 31 of that. But we need 10 guck and 2 deer hide, 10 ancient bark. I think we have the ancient bark. We may even have the deer hide there already. And it looks like we've got the guk. Let's just take all of it with us. And let's take a few extra deer hide. Just in case we end up doing some upgrades. No, we didn't put the silver in. My bad. Astrid will not be happy with me. Well, what do we need initially? 20 silver bars, that should do it. We just need that 10 ancient bark. And now we have Draugr Fang. So we go from 41 pierce, or 15 to 27. Now we're 17 to 31. So that's a nice jump. And then we also get the added bonus for anything that isn't resistant to poison damage is an extra 2 to 3 points of poison damage. So that's fantastic. Now let's take a look at our wolf hide chest piece, which is going to be 20. We need 5 wolf pelts and a chain, and I don't think we have a chain or wolf pelts here. But let's get rid of some of the stuff we do have here. Take it back, because there's no reason we're not going to be using it here. Maybe the resin. We've got 1 wolf pelt. Gonna leave that behind. We don't need this here, we won't be using it. I do wish they made use of like troll hide and stuff like that in later recipes. Kind of a tie back to the earlier biomes as you moved up. Alright, let's take this stuff back, and we need to put down the silver. Just seeing what we had here, because I'd forgotten what we'd put in there. For now, we'll go ahead and leave the guk here. Spice rack. I think I want to go ahead and do a little shuffling here. So this is our next, well actually we probably want go ahead and switch out our armor for our next trip into the mountains. And then our best, this is our best gear, followed by our second best gear. Now I need to move things around a little bit, I think. Because I want that there. So now we've got our oldest set, next oldest set, almost new set, and then our spare stuff that we're probably never going to pull out. I wish, like the paws of the bear and the axes, those are so much fun. I need to make a switch, and I need to do a playthrough, I think, on two-handed weapons, and that's kind of a weaponless weapon, the paws of the bear. Bare hand weapon, that's what I'm looking for. Let's grab an extra potion, we only got 2. Next time we go up, we're gonna want 1. That looks pretty good. Really excited to have Draugr Fang. I have a hard time rolling my R's on that. And I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, but you can only do so much. So next up, I had initially thought was the silver sword. We really don't have a need for it till we start going in the caves in the mountains, or when we fight Yagluth in the plains, and we're a long ways from Yagluth in the plains, so I don't see the silver sword as a priority right now. I think I'll do the silver shield. And possibly I think we're going to have enough silver to do the silver trousers. I don't want that here. Don't know why I did that. Little housekeeping, 1 second. So here we go. Let's look at the silver shield, which I believe was 8 silver, so we've got enough there. And the next piece was 10 or 15 fine wood, so we may need fine wood. Thought I had to sneeze there for a minute, but it went away. So it'll be back. Ah, we didn't pick up wolf pelts for the chest. I'm getting ahead of myself. Alright, we need wolf pelts for the chest. And then we need 10 fine wood, I think, for the... Let's go grab that. Nope, can't do that yet. These split bases, thank goodness we have portals. Or I'd have to be carrying everything between bases. Hope we don't need... We may have to go hunting for wolves before we can finish out the armor. I don't think we've done any overflow. We just looked a minute ago. But I don't think we have any overflow for wolf pelts. Not there. Okay, have a seat. And not there, so... Gotta get the silver. Let's just grab 23. Yes, I know I'm carrying too much. There's the silver shield. What style? It is silver after all. What? Well, I wish there was a larger picture. It's so hard to decide. I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think it'll match the armor best once we get our wolf hide cape. Yeah, that looks good. The old block armor 40, block force 30, parry bonus 2.5. The new is block armor 60, block force 40. Unfortunately, parry drops to 1.5, but those are the trade-offs. I wish there was a silver buckler, but I don't believe there is. If there was, I would use it, but we only have the iron buckler, bronze buckler, and silver shield. Now let's take a look at our wolf hide trousers. We're going to need 5 wolf pelts for that. Wolf hide chest piece. Oh, we didn't get the chain. And we're going to need 5 wolf pelts for that. So we got just enough wolf pelts. But we need a chain. Definitely headed back to the mountains. We're going to need wolf pelts. We would definitely need a lot more wolf hide and wolf meat. And that just made me think, maybe it's time we start breeding wolves. We just finished our side quest on the early access. I don't want to start a side quest of breeding wolves right now. If you think that's a great idea, leave me a comment and let me know. Be glad to take that on because we're going to need it. And I like having wolf pets. Alright, let's see if that's going to help us out. And I really love the wolf cape. It fits my personal style. If you look at my profile picture, on some of the Google things I do, you'll see that drawing that I did when I was working with Damon Games. And it has the very same wolf head shoulder piece. It's not the identical one to the way it is in Valheim, but it was kind of my persona for Damon Games, and I really liked it. Check out Damon Games' work at damongames.com. One of the places I used to hang before I retired. $20 silver. We need a few more. Let's go ahead and grab this. We're quickly running out though. There it is, look at that. The wolf hide chest piece. So the wolf hide chest piece will probably give us a couple of points more in armor. We may have to bump it to get... Nope, we get 2 more points even though our iron is level 3 and our wolf is level 1. Now, what are we missing from the wolf hide trousers, though? I must have missed them. Nope. There we go. We need some wolf fangs. Look like we need 4. Let's just drop our silver right here. And before we head out, let's make sure we're feeding the beast. We got some time. Oh, pick that up, but we got time before that runs out. If we hurry. So we need wolf fangs. I wonder, should we go ahead and pick up the drake? I don't know if we got enough. I think I'll do the silver shield before I do that. No, silver sword. Let's see, we need 2 drake trophies at a minimum to make the drake helmet. Now, we're getting too much stuff in the chest, and there's a cure for that, which we've got a spot for. And it's about time we built one of these. We need 4 iron nails, 8 fine wood. We may not have the fine wood, if so, gonna skip it. No fine wood. What about over here? There's 12. We need 8 nails. Nails. No, we only got 100. Then that's the boat. We're not going to use those. We have a limited amount. We're probably digging into our iron, and we shouldn't be doing that, but we're going to do it for this. Let's go ahead and craft 10 iron nails. Then 2 scraps. Let's just put it right here. So the little red arrows, a lot easier to see at night, is the way it's going to face. And we'll put that there. And we'll go ahead and put... Oh, we need to put this in a numbered slot. And then use that number slot, and we put it on our armor stand. And as long as we're at it, let's grab this stuff. And we'll put it on the armor stand too. Oh, I do that often. So there's that. Can't put 2 items on there, so that's that. We can put the shield up there, but not 2 weapons is what I meant by items. That is the iron scale. Okay. And then when we get the trousers, we'll put it up there too. Now if we need a quick change of clothes, we can just grab it. I'm going to put this in here. That goes back where it belongs, and I think we're ready to go make those trousers. It's getting too dark to see. Let's get some sleep. Kind of thought we would have been done by now. Crafting this is taking longer than I had hoped, but such is the threads woven by the Norns. And it doesn't help that Grandpapa can't remember what he's doing. Don't have the silver. Oh, look at that. We can do the Drake helmet, but we're not doing it right now. We're going to do the wolf-hide trousers. Just to round out the set. We don't need them. And we'll do the Drake helmet soon, but I guess I like the idea of the silver sword even though we can't. Oh my gosh. 40 silver. Well, let's grab this. We'll need it. We're running out of wood, but we got coal. That's good. Maybe we go chop wood if worst comes to worst. I don't think we have 40, but maybe we do. Let's see. No. 25 for now. $25 plus that 10 is 35. And then we're going to have 5 more as 40. That'll get the silver sword. And that'll leave us 11. I don't think we can do much with 11. The Drake helm is right there, and it takes 20. So, and what about the wolf hide cloak? There's the chest piece. Where's our cloaks? I do wish this had a filter. Especially after you get a couple more biomes, this list gets so long. You know, filter by biome or filter by item would be really great. And I'll bet you somebody in the modding world has done that. I just am not the person to do mods. Personal preference. I've got nothing against it. I just don't take the time to do it. Mainly because I'm usually too busy playing the game and having fun. Alright, we're looking for a cape. And capes are not here. We probably can't even build it over here. But there's a deer, there's troll. We haven't unlocked the wolf hide cape yet. Wonder what we're needing to touch. Probably something in the forest. No. In the mountain caves that we haven't gone to yet. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, we want to take these back to the house to Othala. And hang those on the mannequin. And probably grab the wishbone and head into the mountains. So now that we can see this in the light, it's kind of like it. One of my playthroughs, I've got a room that is full of armor mannequins, and too many times I walk into that room and freak out thinking there's somebody standing there. I know it's stupid, but that's just Grandpa. And, you know, Grandpa's just a little nutty. Just a little. Grab that wishbone. We shouldn't need these, but we're going to take them just in case I forgot something. Because I don't ever forget things. I'm going to leave us short. We're not doing any caves because you go into a cave and you quickly run out of inventory space. But now we've got the wolf-hide trousers. We've got the wolf-hide chest and wolf-hide trousers. Sorry about that. Pointing at the wrong thing, saying another. We've got the shield, we've got Frostner, and we've got Draugr Fang. Gonna have to look and see if anybody can help me with that pronunciation. If you know, drop me a link, drop me a comment. I'd be really curious. Okay. Was there something we wanted to pick up? Not that I can think of. Alright. Had to check out the stream numbers. Was concerned that there was an issue. Sorry about the pause there. Far from having this stuff down. And let's load out another round of laundry before we head into the mountains. Looks like our timing is just about right. I've made many a black forest build around these towers, and after a while the sound of the crows drives me insane. We will try to get the silver shield with the last of this silver. No, silver sword with the last of this silver. And that's going to be the last item that we craft on that. We should probably be paying attention to our food, especially since we went to all the trouble to make it. It's pretty easy to get lax when you're hanging out in a safe area. I do love those item stands, and once we get a helmet on it, let's do one just for grins. Not that kind. We'll take this old leather helmet. There we go. Complete the look. Now see, if you just glance up and see that, you think, oh, that's a person. And then you think, no, you're stupid. It's just a game. There can't be another person in here. Because you didn't put a password on. Or start the server, or any other number of reasons that that can't be a person. Let's go to the mountains. Looks like we emptied out that chest. If we need some... I heard that drake and it made me jump. Completely switched my train of thought from talking about the rocks that we can use to build out the Shadow-Garth Forge to looking for drakes. Alright, so we picked up the wishbone. We're going to put it on. The disadvantage of that is it takes your slot that the sword is on. Not sword, belt. That the belt's on. So you lose that extra carrying capacity. So thought we'd head northwest up here, see if we find any more silver. Maybe take out that drake. Where'd he go? Well, he was just there. He must be up behind the rock. Let's get this guy, see if we can get him. Partially. Must have just nicked him. Oh my gosh, he's going up there. Well, I'd like that frozen gland. I hate climbing up and down these hillsides, mountainsides. But we can start making ice cream with those frozen glands if we get enough of them. And that's a great stamina boost. You can see that poison does just a little dot. Combine it with your fire arrows and it becomes real effective, Dot. And there's our frost gland, freeze gland. Besides it being a more powerful bow, I just love the look of it with that neon glow it has. Oh, did we wake him up? Golly, that's too bad. Where'd he go? We don't have the... Oh boy. We're having all kinds of fun now. Ooh, that's hurt. Got a couple of things I want to do. The best way to deal with those stone golems, the guy we just turned and ran from before we ran from the Drake, is with our abyssal harpoon. And looks like we don't need to be carrying this anymore, and we're overstocked, but that's better than being understocked. Looks like we're doing okay on... I thought I heard somebody out there. We're doing okay on arrows, so we're pretty good shape there. It's a little late in the day. I think what we'll do is we're going to go up and we're going to dig a pit. And then we're going to try to use the harpoon and drag the golem into the pit. Okay, we can do 9 more pieces of silver with that much coal. And it looks like, well, it looks like our cart's falling apart. I think we need to repair it. Before we do that, though, get this started. Doesn't that look beat up? My gosh, it was a rough trip. It is just about to fall apart. Look at that. There we go. Just like new. So there's our 40. Let's go ahead and make the silver sword if we can. I don't remember the requirements beyond the 40. 3 scraps, 2 wood, and 5 iron. Nothing in here. No scraps, no wood, and that's for a portal. There's our scraps, but we don't have wood. Tell you what, let's go ahead and grab the scraps. I don't remember how many we said we needed. We'll put these guys in here because we don't need them. Silver. Scraps. What was it? 5 pieces of iron and 2 pieces of wood. Let's grab the 5 iron. We're going to be heading back to the swamp before long too for more iron. You'll always need more iron, especially once you're trying to start build taller buildings. You're going to need the iron beams, which is a combination of iron and wood, and it helps you build a little bit taller. I don't have the exact details on the building aspect there. We don't have this on our map. We may need it, but probably won't need a lot if we do. Anyway, just wanted to grab some wood and I'm going to take out a couple of these little trees. Fallen trees. Get on the downside of it. Frostner works pretty well against these guys. Huh. That's the last of our silver. One sword coming up. A sword, a bow, and a shield. That is just a picture of almost every RPG character I've ever played. Not the only one, but those are my always been my go-tos. Kind of the ranger character from the old EQ days. EQ EverQuest, in case you aren't familiar. Okay, let's go get some sleep. And then we will see about burying that stone golem in a pit. Actually, if we don't bury him, we just capture him. If you kill him, he'll eventually just respawn. And then you gain no advantage from taking him out. But if you capture him inside a pit, then he's stuck there. He can't get out. We're going to take these back. No, we're not, because we're not going right back. And that's 50. Okay. Got an awful lot of stuff we're carrying. I want to continue to carry healing potion. The hoe and the pick come in pretty handy, and so does that. And then we're going to throw a oh, here's something really cool. I got to take all this stuff down to do it. And this is something that Iris, my granddaughter, showed me. We're going to put this mannequin back together, but we're going to swap out this headpiece for this headpiece. I want to put this in the chest or somewhere just to make some room. So that looks good. We're going to do 1 through 5 to mount this up. But it has a nice little effect to it. One, it gives you a room light. I think what she did though was to face it backwards so that it was made the mannequin backlit. Now, it wouldn't be facing towards you then, but it is a nice little effect, and you get a room light out of it. So there is Iris's trick of the day. Thank you, Iris. We love you, baby. Down, down the dark ladder. Okay, let's do some quick repairs just to make sure everything's up to snuff. Looks like it was only the hammer. There's enemies nearby. Well, go away. Stupid gray dwarfs throwing rocks at our house. You know, we're gonna have to build out this base one of these days, make a little bigger house. Not today, but one of these days. Nothing I really want to get rid of. So we got 10 minutes. I'm going to swap this out so that we've got that potion. I'm used to having it in 5, so we're going to put it in 5. Now, we need a pit. We could pick up and move the portal and pull him right into the... to this pit where we've been mining, but see, he can walk out this side, so that's not going to do any good. Where'd he go? It's pretty easy to walk side to side and avoid their attack. I'm just not that good at it. I should be. Should be better at it. What do we got down here? Just a rock? Alright. We need a spot to pull this guy down to. Got some wolf nearby. I can hear him. And we shouldn't let our stamina run out. It's not a good place for the pit, but I'm not seeing a great place for it anyway. Alright. Let's go to work. Doesn't take a whole lot to trap him. Just something he can't walk out of. And then we use our harpoon to pull him in. It's a dangerous ploy. This ought to do it. Because we have to get him here and then avoid his attack when we pull him in. I just wasted that potion. Let's see if we can get his attention. Here he comes. Let's switch to our harpoon. And when he gets close enough... Did that do it? Now, doubly good. Is that the drakes get preoccupied with him and just sit there and pound on him all day. Which is very satisfying in a really sadistic way. This is one steep mountain. A good way to traverse those steep mountains is to use your hoe to just carve out a flat space when you get so far. Well, so I've heard anyway. Here we go. Switch back to my weapon because I do believe there's a wolf nearby. Now we do have our wishbone on, so if we get close to the next silver vein, we'll hear it. And there it is. I expected to see one here. No, this is just a burial site. These 3 stones. Well, is it? Oh boy, we got a nest close by, which means lots of drakes. There we go, that sounded like it. That looks like the spot right there. Before we do that, I'm going to mark the egg. We're going to need this for Yoder fight. We need 3 dragon eggs to start the Yoder fight. And I think that's going to be the spot. There's the silver vein. And that stops the beeping. Except for there's another. Alright. A sound's gonna mess with me. And we got a drake. I thought I heard something, that's why I took off the wishbone. Alright, I'm gonna let him come at me so that I don't have to run after the ice gland, frozen gland as far. It's starting to get late. We don't have a portal with us. We've got silver right next to the egg marked on our map. Let's get our portal, bring it back, set up over here. And we got another one. Oh my gosh. Oh, that was a bad jump. Wow, that was a bad jump. Just trying to do a jump to dodge his slam and jumped halfway down the mountain there. So, this is where this little guy comes in real handy. Because now we've got a full set of armor, we've got a bow, we've got a shield. We aren't going to need the headlamp. We'll trade it in. And let's pick up, I suppose, that's the best we got. And thought we had a better weapon. Where'd it go? Right there. Some backup food. One of those, one of those, one of those. We're going to need a frost potion. One of those, so we're not done with those frost potions. Yeah, some bug landed on me. Freaked me out. Excuse me. That was weird and really freaked me out. I have no idea where he came from or where he went, but I'm sorry, folks. Pardon the interruption. Let's grab a couple arrows. We're liable to see a drake. Stupid spice rack. Gonna have to fix that. It is completely driving me crazy. What happens to you? Well, we don't have Draugr Fang anyway, so let's go ahead and stack. And we're missing a cape. Let's grab a cape. Just for a little extra armor class. Now what I don't know is... Oh, that was too soon. Didn't mean to do that. Was that another or the same stone golem? I don't know. I wonder... Yeah, I don't know. Let's go find out. That should be the drake that's attacking the one that we left behind. Yeah. Oh, jeez, bud. Not paying attention. I'm going to take him out, even though he's currently preoccupied with that guy. He'll come looking for us as soon as he sniffs us out. I might have to wait till I get closer. I'm wasting arrows. Alright, let's try going the long way around. Got him. Right at my feet. Oh. Oh, am I good or what? Alright, our corpse is over this way. Right there. Where's that wolf? I don't want to get surprised. Don't know if we can make that or not. Should have got my hoe out. Yep, should have. Oh, we didn't even bring a hoe, so it's going to be a little tough to get the hoe out. Ah. Need just a little more stamina. Here we go. Over there. Ether's powers definitely beneficial in the mountains and in the Mistlands, which is very mountainous-like. So that is the other stone golem being attacked. And hopefully he's not... Oh, no, he's pretty much standing over our corpse. Where is it? Should be right about here. But I'm not seeing it. Oh, here it is. He's not coming down, so we're safe there. And this is going to take 2 trips. Let's find some way to not take 2 trips. Can leave behind some stuff. Let's put this on. Comes in handy. I listen to him growl. Son of a gun. Alright, what do we want to do here? We probably want to... Are you coming down? No. You're trying to go up. Unsuccessfully. You may be stuck there. We may just leave you. Okay, the wood, and I don't care. The rock and the corpse can stay here. Let's head to our portal, which is straight down. Let's try to run over here. Be careful not to run off a ledge and die like we did last time. There we go. Slide on over here. I hear that wolf. He could come visit us. I need hides. Okay, the portal is right there. Where's the little doggy? I don't know. That's the other one making noise now. So we got 2 of them in the same general area. We really want to make sure when we go to fight Motor that there's not one right there. Want to clear that area around, because the last thing you want is a stone golem interrupting your motor fight. It can be very distracting. And motor won't help you with him. Alright, let's change our clothes. What hat were we wearing? The iron one. That's it. Alright. Now we can put all this back on the mannequin. Where's that? We got the bow. That's the right bow we want to get rid of. Oh, and that. So there's the 5 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Oh, we got the bow on there, so we can't add the hammer. Alright, so the hammer and the hoodie, they go there. And let's use, we wanted to put the shield on the mannequin. Let's do that real quick. There we go. Suppose we should put these arrows back, and let's work on getting rid of these guys. Put our freeze spice rack, get out of my way. Just put our freeze glands. I think we actually had them at the other place, didn't we? Well, we'll put them in here for now with the rest of our goodies. Oh, put your pants on, Grandpa. Don't you hate it when Grandpa runs around without his pants on? It's embarrassing. Especially if you're Grandpa. We're gonna, since we're going that way, I wasn't going that way, now I am going that way. I want to grab this extra portal here. I don't need the extra 7 Grey Dwarf eyes. It only takes 10 for our portal. Now let's see if we can move this portal on up the hill. And let's use a 2-step process. We'll go set one up, then we'll come back and grab this. Oh, that doesn't work out real well. We'll just grab it and pray. That's a smart choice. That wasn't the hammer. That portal got beat up. We almost lost it. The drakes will attack the portal. And anything else that you leave behind. Okay, 44 and 20. I think we got it all. Let's head out. like to find an easier path up that mountain. We're pretty close to that golem. He's right up the hill there. So we're going to go around him. Probably this direction. Can't see anything in this stupid blizzard. He's not after us, so that's good. Come on, get up there. There we go, we made it. I keep hearing something I shouldn't be hearing, but I can't see it. And I think it's the rush of wings, but again, I can't see it. Oh no, I don't want to slide all the way down. Come on. Give me some place to go. Come on, come on, come on. Made all that progress and lost it all. And we used Ether last time, so we can't do that trick again. Just want to get up to that silver mine area, and we're close. And then we're going to drop in that portal down. And hopefully that stone golem isn't able to get to us. But I can't be sure that that is the case. Oh, there's one of those wolves that we've been hearing. Where is he? That's the worst part in these snowstorms. Finding where the attack is coming from. Wow, those arrows are weak. Our fire arrows and our old bow did just about as good. Just listening for footsteps. Trying to see if we can hear that. And then I'm also considering where can I stick that portal that it won't get destroyed. Little shelter from the storm. Nothing much. Just temporary place to put our portal and our workbench and our portal. Okay. There we go. Connect. Come on. Ah, yes. Let's go to work. See if we can get underneath this. The nice thing is if we can get underneath it, it's easier to avoid the Drake's damage. And we can put a fire down to stay warm and refresh our rested buff. Speaking of that fire, let's go ahead and do that. That should be sufficient for that branch. Wouldn't mind getting a little deeper. I thought this was going downhill. I'm surprised that it's... Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I'm surprised it's not letting us get underneath it as much. So what should we do with this next, guess we make that Drake helm. It's a significant improvement. And I think we're gonna have to find a frost cave. And it's getting dark. If we're going to make the wolf hide cave. Now, I think it was my last playthrough I hunted cave after cave trying to find the item that would let me get the wolf hide cave. It was really, really stubborn. Hadn't seen ever be that tough to get. Now we're pushing it, staying here this late in the day, and we're probably will be running into starred wolves if we don't head out of here. So let's see, which way can we go to get out? This looks like it'll do it. We're right next to that egg. And there's our escape of this mountain. Alright, let's clean out the inventory and do repairs. I think we've got all the wolf pelts and the freeze glands we were putting at the other place. Shadow-Garth Forge. Gonna use these when we do our next expansion onto Othala. So we got the extra portal. We don't really need it. Should get those eyes back though, because wasn't thinking when I got rid of those. I don't want to store it there. Double up? No, it's already doubled up. Let's store one here. Let's say we couldn't put 60 wood in the stack, so couldn't get it all there anyway. That looks good, doesn't it? Am I missing anything? Repairs. Definitely want to repair that pickaxe. So I was looking earlier, I don't think there's any tools. I'm gonna have to double check, but I don't think there's any tools that get upgraded in this biome. Next biome, we're definitely gonna upgrade the axe and the pickaxe, but don't think there's anything that we upgrade for this. I like the little lamp. I think that is just fantastic. Right? Iris was so cute to show me that. I hear him. Where is he? Guess he's fighting one of our friends. Alright, which point didn't we get? This one. That one we got. That one we got. Having that Drake this close. That one we have, but it's real close. So let's jump out of here. Well, let's try to jump out of here. Oh, come on. Oh. Look at what we're not doing. Eating food. Thank goodness Astra isn't here to see that. That tree's not touching, so... It's so much nicer when it just all breaks at once. And that isn't this time. Yowza! We got company. Right in your face. My gosh. Come on, Drake. Are you coming? Did you get distracted? Jiminy. Alright, let's, what the heck? Oh, that was the golem. I don't think we're in range of our... Yeah, we're definitely out of range. Right over the fire. I suppose it's not going to care because we don't have that feature turned on. It's not turned on by default and we didn't change any of the defaults. And we don't have enough wood. So... could have done that without jumping up. I want to see if I can cut this tree down. And there's our guy. Nicked him, didn't get a very good hit on him though. Less maneuverability when you're stuck in this trench. See, the fire would have finished him off with fire arrows. The poison damage on Draugr Fang is not that strong. Come on back. Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to put some stuff down. And we picked up the wrong stuff, so we put some more stuff down. And we need more trees. Six. Oh, give me one more little tree. Come on. These are all full-size trees. Here's a little guy. 9. Oh. There we go. I take it he can't get up here anymore. Let's take this corner off. It's kind of in the way. Too many rocks. And while we're at it, we're not using the wishbone or can't pronounce it. Megan Jordan. I don't know. Oh, that's okay. We're not picking that up because we dropped it. So, once we haul this silver down, I suppose we'll start working on some upgrades. Get everything to Tier 2, Level 2, however they say that. Think we cleaned up all the silver? Man, let's see if we can bring this last piece down. Nice. So it looks like we're going to have a haul of 90 silver. And that should do a couple upgrades. Not that many because, boy, silver just takes a whole lot of it. Alright, we're going to have to go get the cart. So, what's it look like, our trip back down from here? Oh, it's going to be quite a bit further than it was last time. We can get rid of that. We don't care about that corpse. Maybe the thing to do is to bring it down here and use the boat. Hard to say, really is. We got a lot more mountain to explore. So, we're not short in that area. Yeah, I think we just throw it over the edge here and take it to shore. I'm thinking I don't know. Sure don't want to chase this guy down the hill if he goes rolling after I cut him down. Well, that'll fix that problem. Well, you don't get much lumber from each individual tree. I was thinking it wouldn't hurt to put a small wall right here. Just in case, like, a drake or something were to come along and decide to get rid of our portal. I mean, we are right next to the drake nest. So I don't know why we would think there'd be a drake in our future. I missed him. Fly towards me. Thank you. Just to protect the portal. I really wish you could do that. I don't like having to tear stuff apart. I'd like to know the rationale behind that, devs. If you'd just drop me a line and let me know. It doesn't make sense to me why you can tear some things apart and others you can't. Okay, wrong chest. Auto sort. That's a really nice thing that I saw there was a mod for. Alright. I just don't understand the, why that would work. Let's take this guy back to base. He's not doing anything good here. Or no, we don't have the brass for it. It's pretty tempting. What's it look like up there? Oh, do we really want to do that? I don't know if we do. I don't see it. There it is. We need 4 fine wood. So much easier to see those red arrows in the dark. Not 4 fine wood. No, no. Alright, we'll take it back. We don't have the materials here. Well, Exiles, it's been a successful trip back into the mountains. Been successful at the forge. We have the majority of our new armor. We have successfully mined another 90 of the frozen tears that we can bring back down with us. Was a good run, and I look forward to the trip back down next time. Oh, let's get the fire going here. Gonna need more wood. The hearth is warm. The mead is cold. The saga continues. I'm Grandpa Bud. We're playing Valheim. Can't even say my own words. Anyway, y'all have a good one. It's been fun.